because it is too heavy for me. And if you deal thus with me, kill me. Woo. I pray thee out of hand, if I have found favor in your sight, and let me not see my wretchedness. And Yahweh said unto Moses, gather unto me 70 men of the elders of Israel, whom you knowest to be elders of the people, and officers over them, and bring them unto the tabernacle of the congregation, that they may stand there with you. And I will come down and talk with thee there. And I will take of the spirit which is upon them, and will put it upon them, or take what's upon you, and put it upon them, and they shall bear the burden of the people with thee, that you bear it not yourself alone.
So here is Yah putting an order in place.
Right.
For Moses not to have to deal with this himself, because the people are many.
Right. Okay.
And it's too much for him to deal with. We're gonna, for the sake of time, we're gonna skip over a couple verses, because it's just dealing with them sanctifying themselves.
Right.
Because he's about to pick them out, and they're gonna have to go before the Father. Go ahead, 21.
And 21. And Moses said, the people among whom I am the 600,000 footmen, and you have said, I will give them flesh, that they may eat a whole month. Shall the flock and the herd be slain for them, to suffice them, or shall all the fish of the sea be gathered together for them to suffice them?
It was a lot of us, y'all. And Moses bore the burden of dealing with every one of them.
Okay.
We can't deal with 2 grown-ups in our house. Hey, my sister got about 14, 15. My mother starts saying quick. Hey, well, hey, 2 women can't live in the same house. Hey, she starts saying quick. My sister started getting a little older. Hey, two women can't live in the same house. But hey, you better remember you're a child. Because the minute you think you're a woman, I'm going to show you a woman. So, could you imagine adults? Grown blank men.
600,000.
Grown blank women.
No.
So Moses said, man, who gonna feed these folk? But listen to what Yah says, and this is what I want, one of the things I want you to get. Go ahead.
23. And Yahweh said unto Moshe, is Yahweh's hand waxed short? You shall see now whether my word shall come to pass unto you or not.
Hey Mo, don't forget who you talking to. My hand, now you know your hand too short to box with me.
Mine ain't.
But I box with the universe. Go ahead.
And Moses went out and told the people the words of Yahweh, and gathered 70 men of the elders of the people, and set them round about the tabernacle. And Yahweh came down in the cloud, and spoke unto him, and took the spirit that was upon him, and gave it unto the 70 elders. And it came to pass that when the spirit rested upon them, they prophesied and did not cease. But there remained 2 of the men in the camp. The name of one was Eldad, and the name of the other was Medad. And the spirit rested upon them, and they were of them that were written, but went out unto the tabernacle, and they prophesied in the camp. And then ran a young man to Moses and said, Eldad and Medad do prophesy in the camp. And Yehoshua the son of Nun, the servant of Moses, one of his young men, answered and said, my master Moses, forbid them.
Stop. Does this sound familiar? Does this sound familiar? We just read something similar to this.
Sound like the disciples.
Sound like the disciples. But we see the spirit that they got it from originally.
Yep.
Because they was put outside the camp for other reasons.
Right. Right.
Clean issues, unclean issues.
Right.
They're put outside the camp. They're still apart.
Right.
They're still apart. Stop them. They ain't got no business prophesying.
Right.
Go ahead.
And Moses said unto him, envious you for my sake? Would Elohim that all Yahweh's people were prophets, and that Yahweh would put his spirit upon them? And Moses got him into the camp, he and the elders of Israel.
So now Yah has established that those whom would be with Moses would help to bear the burden. Would help to bear the burden. 72 elders the Spirit fell upon. So these are the individuals that later on are becoming judges and officers. So this has always been an order.
Yeah, always.
This has always been an order.
But if you start reading the book, at the end of it, you would never understand the foundation of what we're supposed to be doing to this very day. This is why we got problems, because we don't understand the law.
That's it. And we're coming to a closing minute. Bear with me. I know this is a lot. That's why I told you to make these notes. Go home and study this thing. Study this thing to affirm and confirm that this is the order of the Most High. Turn to
Matthew 17.
Yep. We got to finish that up real quick.
Matthew 18:17, y'all. He's finna answer your question. What is the church in this scripture right here? Matthew 18 verses 17. So we can make it plain. That way, if there's any offense, there is an appropriate response. Does everybody understand that? There's appropriate. Remember I talked about Ezekiel, about we're going to do this again in the wilderness. We're going to do this again. The beginning of doing this is starting now. That's why we're going over this. And that was going to be one of my first chapters I ever read when we leave and go into the wilderness. At Numbers. Dealing with the complaints. Once again, if you've been offended, there is protocol. There is a process on how to respond. Because if you respond the wrong way, you can become the offender. And now you done messed things up for yourself. You was once a victim. And then you become an offender by not responding appropriately. Alright? Verse 17. And if he shall neglect to hear them, tell it unto the church.
Now, pause. I forgot one place, because we gotta that occurred. We gotta go back where there is specific that what these elders did. Turn to Exodus 18. It was in my mind, but it wasn't in my notes.
Okay. Exodus 18.
Start at 1. We're gonna skip around for the sake of time. We're gonna get the point.
When Jethro, the priest of Midian, Moses' father-in-law, heard of all that Elohim had done for Moses and for Israel's people, and that Yahweh had brought Israel out of Egypt, then Jethro, Moses' father-in-law, took Zipporah, Moses' wife, after he had sent her back, and her 2 sons, of which were named, one was Gershom, and he said, I have been an alien in a strange land.
Now, go down to verse 13.
And it came to pass on the morrow that Moses set to judge the people, and the people stood by Moses from the morning unto the evening. And when Moses' father-in-law saw all that he had did to the people, he said, what is this thing that you doest to the people? Why sit you thyself alone, and all the people stand by thee from morning unto evening? And Moses said unto his father-in-law, because the people come unto me to inquire of Elohim. When they have a matter, they come unto me, and I judge between one and another. And I do make them know the statutes of Elohim and his laws. And Moses' father-in-law said unto him, the thing that thou doest is not good.
It's not good, Moses. Hey, from morning till evening, all day long, this you just
wearing him out.
Wearing him out.
Vexing him.
Go ahead.
18. You will surely wear away, both you and this people. This is with you, for this thing is too heavy for you. You are not able to perform it yourself alone.
Go ahead.
Hearken now unto my voice, I will give thee counsel. And Elohim shall be with you,